All right, joining me now is Larry Kudlow, host of Kudlow on Fox Business and former director of the National Economic Council under President Trump. Larry, it's great to see you tonight. Are we in the Biden recession now?
Well, I don't think we're in a recession right this moment. But I got to tell you, with record high inflation, it's going to be almost impossible to avoid a recession. And given the fact that there's no confidence in Joe Biden, and by the way, there's no confidence in Fed Chair Jay Powell, we could wind up with an inflationary recession, which would be the worst of all possible worlds. I mean, both of those guys are trying to whitewash the inflation problem. So what you got now is market interest rates are rising. We had big wage cost numbers today. Real incomes, real wages after inflation are falling. It's very difficult. Consumer confidence is down. Small business confidence is down. So, no, I don't think we're in a recession right now. But as I say, I think it'll be virtually impossible to avoid a recession either later this year or next year.
Now, Larry, here's how one of Biden's economic advisors actually views the economy today.
Is this country, is this economy in a position of strength to face what's coming at us? That's the answer. If you look at our job market, if you look at our GDP growth, if you look at how households' incomes are doing, or their savings are doing, you would conclude that we are approaching this moment from a position of strength.
Larry, GDP shrank last month, and inflation is destroying savings. People are getting poorer in the United States. What are these people talking about? And does this in any way calm the markets?
You know, I want to say Jared Bernstein is an old friend of mine, and personally, he's really a lovely man.
I'm sure he saves kittens from trees, Larry. But this is the country going down the tubes. I've got to say, I love you, and you're one of my favorite people. Everyone's friends with everyone in Washington, New York. We all love each other. We all, that's great. Our country is falling apart, and these people are lying about it. I don't think we can, mince words at this point. They're lying to the American people. I'm sorry to jump on you, but I'm fed up with this.
Yes, I understand. But analytically, I don't know what Jared's talking about because, in fact, he's talking about consumer incomes. Well, look, consumer incomes after inflation are falling. And small business incomes after inflation are falling. So I'm not sure where he's coming from on this. I mean, look at the Federal Reserve blew this a year ago. I don't know why Jay Powell is being reappointed. He certainly doesn't deserve it. People do not have confidence. He was out there yesterday, Laura, and he tried to whitewash the whole problem. He sounded like Joe Biden blaming inflation on Vladimir Putin and COVID. That's nonsense. The problem here was too much federal spending, too much federal borrowing, and too much central bank money printing. And the Fed has got to stop whitewashing the problem and go to it. Otherwise, the longer they wait and the more they try to avoid these issues, which is what Biden is unfortunately doing, the worse the recession is going to be. I mean, the worst possible combination is inflationary recession, a double barrel of poison. That's the worst thing you can have, and that's my concern right now. Again, the Fed's not taking action. We're still spending too much in Washington. These guys are talking about raising taxes, which would be the worst thing in the world.
They should all be fired. Is there any one of these people, Larry? Are there any single one? Yellen, Jay Powell, the Council on Economic Advisors? Friends, not friends. Should any of these people be in this position after they blew off the inflation concerns that you raised and Larry Summers raised a year ago? Any of them be still working? Because in corporate America, they all would have been fired. On a basketball team, if they were coaches, they'd be fired long ago.
Well, I'll put it a little more positively. You mentioned Larry Summers, who got this right. You mentioned Jason Furman got this right. I mean, I think moderate Democrats with experience and some weight should be in this administration. Right. And they should replace a lot of the economic policymakers. And that's probably true throughout the cabinet, as you noted in your intro. But again, I just want to make this point. The longer they wait to take action to
The worse
stop
it is.
this inflation, the worse it's going to be, and the worse the recession is going to be.
Yeah, we got to go, Larry.
The more working folks are going to suffer.
They're getting
That's the
hammered
thing
out there.
I'd like to avoid the middle class getting damaged and hammered, as you say.
Yeah.
And that's, stop
We gotta go.
whitewashing this. Own it and change it.
Now, they don't want to own it. This is part of their plan. I'm actually believing they're enjoying this moment. Larry, I love having you on. Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.